This is Due by Friday, a weekly challenge podcast with Alex Cox and Merlin Mann. This week's challenge, make a book. What the fuck? You don't laugh at me, I laugh at you.
Correct.
What's so fucking funny to you? We had technical problems and we fixed it and we agreed.
Is this a riddle?
Sometimes I forget to trim my nose hair, so I started just leaving my nose hair trimmer here by the microphone. So I don't usually do it during shows.
Usually.
Well,
So this is special.
is this the show? Hey, everybody.
There's been a lot of great noise. Hearing you under the desk was fun.
Should I leave that in?
Yes, yeah.
My John Mulaney bit? The whole thing? Is
Yes,
this a riddle?
yes. I've watched that episode a lot. Did you know Stephen Sondheim gay?
I found that out from watching TV.
Wow, good for you.
You found that out, too, from watching TV, because we did it as a challenge on this show. We've now been around long enough that it has everything we've ever done, except for Max's catchphrases. Everything else has just fallen off of my brain.
No wait for
Good
the challenge.
morning, Captain. And then what do you say?
Sunshine.
You say good morning, shine. God damn it.
Morning shine? What is
3, 2. It's two people on a work crew. The one guy says,
good morning shine? Or are you making it a song, or is it a song?
the one guy greets his boss and he says, good morning, Captain. And the other guy says, good morning, shine. It's a work song. It's called Blue. You want to? You know what it's called? Blue Yodel number 8. It's called
Blue Yodel number 8.
I think when Dolly Parton did it, she had a hit. Blue Yodel number 8. And I think Dolly Parton just called it Mule Skinner Blues.
That's no fun. I like when old-timey songs are named like MP3 files. It just
Bob Dylan
makes
did
me
that
happy.
too. Bob Dylan. I figured he got it from Woody Guthrie, but he might have gotten it from Jimmy Rogers. Jimmy Rogers is one of the two most important artists in the evolution of country music. Him and the Carter family.
Who's the second?
The Carter family.
The Carter family.
Yeah, the Carter family's it's two people in an unhappy marriage and the woman's sister, and the three of them did a bunch of songs that are like classics today. And in fact, this is not interesting, but one of the songs in particular has been reused many, many times in a way that Chris Melanphy should probably do a whole show about. It started out as I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes. And then later on, that got turned into a song where this guy was complaining about honky tonk angels. And then while that song was still on the charts, a woman had a response song. And she said, it wasn't God who made honky tonk angels.
Oh, see, I was going to ask. I need to dig. Honky tonk angels.
Well,
is that slang for like slut? Or
okay. And here's the thing. And this goes to Hank Williams, too, who's one of the greats, but was a real piece of shit. And it's kind of funny when you listen to Hank Williams' songs, because you can tell what a piece of shit he is. But, but his songs are the best. So he's, I think, basically the fella, who was it? It wasn't Conway Twitty. It's way before that. This is in the 50s. You know what? I just dug, didn't I?
But
How do I learn? I got to learn. I got to learn not to dig.
But this is a good dig. I had to Google the Carter family, and they are just so handsome.
Aren't they fucking cool?
They just
wow. That woman with the guitar and the big eyes.
Yes.
Her name is Mother Maybelle, and she invented a style of guitar playing that is one of the most influential things anybody in America ever did. She developed a style of playing guitar that people are still playing till this, including me, are still playing till this day.
What's
It's called the Carter Scratch, and it's a way of.
Duh! Holy shit! Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Huh? Yeah, and so she plays guitar in this way. She does this kind of like she thumps with her thumb a little bit on the low strings and plays wonderful melodies on the high strings. So, like, if you hear that song, I'm thinking tonight. I don't want to drop it in. It's a little early for a drop in. But then, of course, they did another song called No More Than Moon Shines on Lorena with that same tune, and Alex Chilton covered that song, a really shitty live version of that in the 70s.
Oh.
Lay down upon the old plantation. Yeah, country music. I've been watching it. You probably can't tell, but I rewatched that Ken Burns series on country music. You probably can't tell.
No, definitely not. Just thought this was in your brain.
Kind of gives a pivot to talking about something else.
Yeah.
For the second time in as many weeks, my kid has let me know he just discovered that somebody's not black. And the thing is, you laugh. But you're born in
I'm not laughing.
You're born in 1990, so there's a lot of stuff you don't know either.
Correct. Yes. Many things. Most things.
Got a text on Monday said Randy Newman is not black.
Huh.
He's actually a white guy. Sings like a white guy. A little bit like a black guy sometimes.
All I know.
In America.
His songs are fucking great.
I agree. I've never pictured him in my head though. I don't even see Randy Newman.
Really?
No.
Alex. You're funny.
Merlin.
Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Shine.
You could say sunshine. That's okay. I like that too. Because when I get up in the morning, I say to my family, I say, "Good morning, Starshine," and they don't know what the fuck that is. They don't know that's a hit song from I think Godspell, Hair. Yeah, sung by the mononymic Oliver. Good morning, Starshine. The earth says hello. That's a lot on my range. I started too high.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. You know who the other one was?
I do.
Ken Burns. I don't know. But it tells you,
Wait.
Like Stevie Martin says, it's amazing what the mind does. It's amazing. Like, who knows how we come up with these ideas about things. The Randy Newman one, I think I get. Because of the thousands and thousands of times that he's heard songs from Toy Story.
I'm going to guess that Ken Burns is because he has made documentaries that hold up without being super racist. Like, you go back and watch the Civil War documentary, and it's kind of ahead of its time.
I know. I'm no Shelby Foote apologist, but I do enjoy Shelby Foote very much. I know he's a little problematic, but I think what he did in that show is very good. I said, can I just say, Alex, I love you? And I said the same thing. I said, is it, and I wasn't even trying to like some people do. I wasn't trying to say, well, here's why you do that. I was saying, do you suppose that could be because you're aware of him having done stories that touch heavily on specifically Black culture and contributions to American life, but also are kind of infused with Black people's, contributions to things. Mm-hmm. I don't think he said anything. Probably made a quacking noise. Wank. Wank.
I don't know if that's a quack or if that's a Gunther. I had a discussion about this.
What are you
what's
talking
a quack? Are
you making a reference?
The noise you made to. I am referencing the penguin from Adventure Time.
Because I made the same joke on Roderick on the Line Monday. Sorry.
Oh,
Wank.
Sorry. I'm not caught up with the MPU. Put out I'm sorry.
Yep.
You left,
put a garbage
you
can
left at me.
everywhere. Your dominant hand likes to let go of trash. And that's what you're doing. You're just letting go of trash.
Placing it, I think, delicately.
I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, the country music one's super good. I really like it a lot. And what's neat is I like the way that, when I think of Ken Burns, I still think of probably the year you were born. I think the Civil War came out, and maybe I'd known of things before that, but it was a really big deal when the Civil War came out, and I've watched it a bunch of times.
Wow. I did not know that came out in 1990, and I'm doubling down on how well that holds up. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, and what's neat about it was, to just point out the obvious thing, I'm not sure how this ever became something Apple did on their own, but when we hear about the Ken Burns effect, that meaning, the idea is that, okay, I'm going to do this documentary, me and Florentine Films and all these people, we're going to do this documentary on the Civil War. Well, what do we got for the Civil War? Do we have any people? Yeah, we got people like Shelby Foote, and we got, people that got voices. You can get, Garrison Keillor and Sam Waterston. Sam Waterston does a very good Lincoln and so forth. But what do we have? We have photographs. And how do you make a photograph interesting in video without being silly about it in 1989, right? So there's the things you see now where people split things into planes and created parallax views. And obviously you can use AI for these kinds of things. But I don't know if he invented it or his people invented it, but he popularized to the point where now if you go into iMovie, there's something called the Ken Burns effect, I think. Ken Burns something. And basically what you do is you start, this, right? I'm telling you something already. But the idea
I found out who Ken Burns was because I opened iMovie and was like, Ken Burns effect? What's that?
I'll tell you a classic one that gets used a lot and is so subtle. Well, to me, it's very subtle. And you see it so many places today in documentaries that feature photographs that, maybe one of the canonical ones is there's a voiceover. Maybe it's Peter Coyote or similar. Maybe it's David McCullough, but probably Peter Coyote, who lives in Marin, and speaking and doing like third person narrative, and there'll be a black and white photo, and you see like a woman with a woman's hands folded in her lap, and then slowly, what do you call going up? Not panning's left and right. What's going up?
Oh fuck. Tilt.
Tilt. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, or but the one where the camera, like the angle's not changing, but the camera's just moving up. And you might even start out on a detail and pull back, and you see her as part of a group photo. It brings in her face, right? But you start off on. It seems like it's one thing, but I think it's often two things, which is reflected in the iMovie functionality. Which is you start out on a point and at a certain level of magnification. And you end up at another point and probably a different level of magnification. And the thing is, it can be pretty subtle with the storytelling, because the point when you hit the point of the sentence is like when it stops moving and it's just the woman's face, right? Is that close to describing what that is?
I think so. Are you? I'm trying to think of the. What you're talking about in you've heard the term PTZ, right? Which is pan, tilt, zoom.
Oh, okay,
so
right. I never. It's like I can't remember which is yaw and which is whatever with planes, but it's confusing because I don't want to use the word wrong because dolly means something different than pan. I think pan means the camera stays on the same, let's say, tripod, and you turn the camera left to right, whereas dolly, the entire view of the camera moves from side to side. Yes.
And that's why they're called PTZ cameras. I feel like
I'll take it. That's useful.
Infomercial.
Yeah. But you see that it's interesting. You see that in the Jodorowsky's Dune, where he had Moebius draw the entire movie.
I need to watch this.
What is the point of the soul? But what I love though is that, so it's 1989 or 90, whatever. You're going to put out this documentary about the Civil War, and so what did he have? He had those people. Now in the country music documentary, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of photos, but there's also a ton of interviews with people who are still alive. That's one of the numerous differences. Or baseball. Baseball's another one where oh my God, the guys from the Negro Leagues who are still alive are so awesome. What's the guy, Buck? I forget his name, Buck, the pitcher guy. He was, that's another one. That's very heavy on the black people stuff. Ditto jazz.
I didn't realize we were still doing black people stuff.
And I think what I initially said was, Ken Burns, huh? You've never seen his haircut, have you? He looks like the dictionary drawing of a home haircut.
Oh.
Can you make the bank shorter? I could. That's enough berry. That's enough berries, Ruben. God, I love pants. Blue Yodel number 8. So he had a whole bunch of them. Carter family. And what was I going to say? Have you seen that thing I've linked to a ton of times? The first 1 minute of the Civil War.
No, I don't think so.
Oh man, I'd love for you to watch it. It's I point to it a lot because I think it's I don't know. I mean, if you watch it and think it's cool, you'll get why I think it's cool. But if you watch it and don't get why I think it's cool, it's such a wonderful piece of storytelling. I'll just mention it here. It opens with the story of this guy who was living in I don't want to spoil it. But basically there's a guy, and it ends after this 1 minute. It's like, okay, so this guy, there's all this trouble, and he moved, and he took his family to this other place, and blah, 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 blah. And so Wilmer McLean, or whatever the guy's name is, could reasonably make the claim that the Civil War began in his front yard and ended in his parlor. Because the first fight, might have been Bull Run, I forget which, but whatever the first fight of the Civil War was, like, it was like on his property. And then he moved to Virginia. Virginia? Is that where Appomattox Courthouse is? But they actually signed the thing that ended the Civil War, like, in his house.
He wanted to be known for one thing, and just...
I heard Conan O'Brien say follow up yesterday.
Oh!
Ask me if I'm going to mention it.
You gonna mention it, Merlin?
No, I'm not. Do you like Matthew Rhys? Do you like him?
I feel like I know the name.
You do. He's that Welsh actor. He was in The Americans. He has a very small but important part in Cocaine Bear. Maybe you know him from The Americans.
Is he, so not the titular bear?
He's not the titular bear, but he's okay. The titular cocaine. It's his cocaine that gets in Bear. That's the thing. You can blow up all the Venezuelan boats you want, but that's not fentanyl, you guys. The fentanyl comes from Mexico.
No.
I don't see fentanyl.
Breaking fentanyl vaccine.
Fentanyl vaccine.
Fentanyl
Spencer
vaccine.
Bledsoe.
Cliff Hickinson.
What you give people is like HPV? You give people a shot and then they can't get high?
I don't know. Oh. It just was a New York Times pop-up. Because this is something I'm familiar with in the MPU, where I hear that you're having problems with the New York Times app.
Oh, it makes my phone dim.
It goes doot, doot, doot,
it goes dip, dip, dip. Or whatever it is. I love you. I'm so honored you listen to things that I do. Thank you.
Well, it's. I started. Can't stop now.
I figure it's a court order or something.
Maybe
it's part of your. It's part of your road to recovery. Part of your healing. Yeah, the way Letterman was spiritual. With Everlong. Like maybe my podcast soothe you.
You know what I do? What do? I listen. This is so lame. Whatever.
Okay.
I listen to the few. I'm going to because there's a few minutes that you recorded for. I think it was the day or around the time Steve Jobs died, and a bunch of
at the Apple Store.
Yeah. And there was a compilation, I think on 5x5, and
Dan
would
ask all the hosts if they wanted to say anything about Steve Jobs dying.
Yeah, and most of them weren't good. Because some people were just like, I don't know who. He made the iPhone, and you were standing outside of an Apple store.
Yep.
It just put me, at an Apple store, standing in line with people. I have a friend still today that I met in line for
really?
an iPhone. Yeah.
Huh.
And I was just like, oh man, I don't care about I really don't care. I don't remember his name. Fuck, the one everyone talks about. But I do really like I like apps. I like computers.
I think
Mark Gurman. There we go. Sorry.
Yeehaw. I don't know. I think context is important. I'd been putting off doing it, like everything. And I think I'd gone there for a reason, but then I was like, oh, you dummy. Why don't you make it into an actual bit? And on the one hand, there was the context of it's so noisy because I'm at an Apple store. And if memory serves, the other part of the context was like, this is more than headlines. Like, this guy made the stuff that is in my life. And I think there was even an unnecessary reference to my child, right? About like having this ability to I don't know. I forget what I said, but yeah, it was mushy. I said something mushy.
You?
I'm very emotional sometimes. I'm
At
just
least
emotional
you
about different
didn't
things.
throw
than most
away the
people.
plants. Jesus Christ!
What'd I
What an
do?
emotional jump scare.
Wait, what'd I do?
I'm sorry. Context. There was a recent.
That's so funny because I'm
Rec
repotting
Days
an aloe as
episode.
we speak. I'm literally repotting an aloe right now. It's just my hands aren't on it.
Oh, bummer.
I have to
was
learn how to
hoping hear some
propagate.
dirt.
Because I got a part that's really sick and I got a part that's really healthy, and I want to do some alleugenics.
So,
Send it off like one of the
allergy-
Windsors. Just sends it off. Send it off.
oh,
Did you ever get to that one where I find the sisters in the insane asylum? Did you ever find that
Yes.
one?
Oh,
that's a very
indeed.
upsetting episode. Oh, and there's more. Holy shit!
wow! You've become a royal watcher.
I'm a
you
Crown
know,
guy.
At a right at the peak of their popularity of both the show and the royal family. You're.
It's an odd way to look at it. You think there's more appropriate times to seek out good dramas?
But
Because
it's
it's kind
not
of a trend
just the
hopper? Is that what you're saying?
drama. No. I think it's just interesting.
It's the only good
that
thing
it
on
is-
TV sometimes, Alex. Even things that I'm watching aren't as good as that. I watched like 3 episodes of Plurbius last night. And I'm like, I'm still watching it. It's fine. But The Crown. Fucking, I've watched the one where he goes to Wales twice this week. It makes me cry. It makes me cry. It's so beautifully bookended. It begins with everybody in the dressing room warming up to go out and perform Richard II. And everyone's going, la, 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 red leather, yellow leather, ba, ba, short, sharp shock, all that stuff. And he's got his makeup on. They pull him out of Cambridge and send him to Wales with that guy who's mean to him.
No, not the. Is this really early?
No, it's season 2. It's the one with the.
That's early. There's 6 of them. Oh boy. When you get back into a show, is there anything that triggers it, or are you just like, oh, that was
right.
good?
I don't know. It's a lot of it is mood. I mean, and because in my own personal iceberg theory, you can see stuff probably reflected in like what I'm posting things about. Like there's times where I'm not listening to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard much at all. There's times where I'm not listening to Throwing Muses Not Too Soon on repeat. There's times when I'm not watching, for example, The Chair Company. Like I'll come back to that one in a sec. But like it's just what I'm in the mood for, and like I'm just in the mood for something very absorbing and very well done, great performances. Like that, The Crown keeps. I'm kind of surprised The Crown's not more famous as a TV show that people talk about because it's really good, except for the last season, which is fine.
So I'm trying to get through it.
Well, it's got some good stuff, but but like for example with The Chair Company, I mean, I'm such a fan. When I say Tim Robinson, I think I'm more fairly a fan of his collaborations with Zach Kanan. I mean, I like things that Tim Robinson does, but it's things like I Think You Should Leave and the characters in particular, obviously, that really grab me. I mean, like that and John Mulaney probably are the two most have had an impact on me, in a post-COVID world, I guess. But like I'm just not always in the mood for Chair Company. Same way I'm not always in the mood for Letterkenny. You got to be for Chair Company. I got to be in the right mood, and I really want to concentrate on it, and I have to be open to whatever wackadoo is going to be happening. But I do love the story. But I'm only on episode 3 because I figured I'd let them stack up, and then when I'm in the right mood, I can blaze through them. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, but I'm curious if you know what triggers or influences
A given decision
the
what to
mood.
watch.
Yes, because
Yeah,
I was watching The Crown and then went, I would like to see some of Netflix's more, I mean, kind of mediocre. I watched Death by Lightning, which is a B,
It's
I think an A.
It's a
B
little
plus show.
It's a little goofy, but I think Michael Shannon and Tom Wamsgans are both really good in it. Mm-hmm.
And
it's got a bunch of really good actors in it.
Yeah, but Chester's just Ron Swanson. There's literally a hat on a hat at one point, which I found very funny, where he's drunk and putting on two hats.
Right.
But
oh man, he's so drunk in that scene. He's funny. It's funny how he's just so willing to be violent when he needs to be. I like that character.
And that's
I have feelings about that. I mean, honestly, I think we all look for X. There's an X out there. Like there's whatever your one's X is at a given time. And it's that maybe it could be that sort of inchoate sort of like like when you're trying to decide what to eat kind of feeling. You're like, well, I know I don't want this and I know I don't want that and blah, blah. And like things that have brought me delight and consolation, distraction, and personal improvement over the years. Like I've had to change where I attach those hoses in ways that are still an adjustment for me. So I watch a lot more TV than I used to because the people that I encounter online aren't nearly as interesting as they used to be. Well, if they are, they're hiding it real good. Did you see the dentist chair?
The dentist chair.
The House Democrats released some photos, some Epstein photos.
Oh my God. Okay.
Guardian,
oh my God.
Guardian. But no, sorry, that was mean, but it's accurate. And so if I've changed, that's fine. But a lot of times I will. But there's things like that I do where I remind myself how much worse it could be. Or if I'm watching YouTube and I go, God, I don't want to watch another 3-hour video about the Battle of the Ardennes or whatever. And I'm like, all I have to do is go to Hulu and open cable news for like 30 seconds. And I'm like happy to go back to almost anything else. And then I go through this process of rarefication where I think, God, I've got to cancel Fubo. We just don't watch this. I've got to cancel Mubi. I never watch this. I love it. I love that it exists. And I go through all those and I start feeling guilty about it. But, I pop a lot between my Plex and YouTube and then sometimes other stuff. But yeah, and then sometimes I'll just go I'll just kind of listen to the little voice for what the X is. And a lot of times it's like, well, how much attention do I have? How much time do I have? You know what I mean? Those sorts of things. I'm also having a terrible drought with podcasts right now. Having a terrible time.
This is interesting.
I don't know about that, but I mean, I'm having trouble finding podcasts I like, and podcasts I used to like have started to kind of frustrate me a little bit. And again, it's probably me that changed, but so I end up going back and re-listening to like Hit Parade a lot because that's often what I want. So much stuff out there is just reading over a music bed, but there's so much more to it. Shows like that, shows like Strong Songs on YouTube, obviously things like Trash Theory. There's these things where I'm like, I think a part of it is I just get really engaged with how well made something is, honestly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I struggle with that. But I'll tell you a funny thing. I've been trying to figure out a way to mention this for like a year now. When you bug me about how much cable TV I watch, and I was thinking about. I think about Dr. Strangelove more than is probably healthy.
Not possible.
It's a really good movie.
Really good movie.
And I was about to quote Jack Ripper, but I always do that. It would be really lazy of me to just suddenly start saying I can no longer sit back and allow communist infiltration, communist indoctrination, and the international communist conspiracy to sap and impurify all of our precious bodily fluids. But I won't. But there's a scene where Ripper's locking down the base as part of whatever wing plan R or whatever. Like, there's the lockdown of Burleson Air Force Base. And so the Peter Sellers character is charged with going around and making sure that all the radios have been confiscated. Do you remember? Mm-hmm. And one of the things is he's in like a computer room, like a loud computer room, like and he lifts the lid on this thing, almost like at the House of Prime Rib car. He opens this one of the computers, and there's a little transistor radio inside. Remember that?
Little guy.
He takes out the transistor radio and turns it on, and they're playing music. And he flips to another station, and they're playing music. And that is in some ways one of the instantiating, at least for the Burleson storyline, is a big part of like what becomes the story then. Because up till then, nobody knows that Jack Ripper is, going rogue. But he walks in with the radio. He goes, "Oh, just thought I'd tell you this is very good news. The civilian broadcasting. There's civilian broadcasting on right now. So I guess we're not being attacked by the Russians, the Soviets, because if we were, this would all be, there wouldn't be civilian broadcasting right now. It would all be like, I don't know what the
Dead?
word for it is.
Freaking out.
Yeah, or it would just be like, live news or whatever you would call it, right? It would just be about like, here's where to go to get shelter and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And so he's very relieved to tell Jack. And of course, then Jack is frustrated because Mandrake thought I might order stands to like go confiscate all radios because he needs the entire outside world to not know that everything's okay. And that's why that was part of the plan. Sometimes I turn on MSNBC, MS Now, CNN, whatever. Sometimes I turn it on just to see if there's still civilian broadcasting. And sometimes, I'll be honest with you, Alex, if I turn it on and there's a commercial on, I feel relieved. Because if I turn it on and there's a commercial on, that means I don't need to proceed any further. And let me tell you why. First of all, the towers still work. The coax still works. So we haven't been bombed or whatever. But then also, if there's a commercial on, that means it's not nonstop coverage of some shit going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that a weird thing for me to do? And I find it a
No.
consolation, and then I go back to YouTube and I watch more outtake compilations from Taskmaster Season 17.
I learned something this morning about Taskmaster that I was a little bit embarrassed by.
Have they been taping you?
I
Did they give you a potty
wish.
cam? That's what Greg does. He says he doesn't care if there's a camera in his toilet. That's why he had Hello China tattooed on his ass.
I'm still trying to figure out the logistics of how to track our movements with that special dingus that you
The turlet thing?
The
one that looks at your waist, looks at your toilet, looks at your toilet makings.
Yep.
Everything's fine so far.
If I were to say the Nappet, what would you immediately think of?
Well, I know. I mean, I don't think they ever called it that in the did they call it that in the episode? But they're referring to a very funny thing that happens with Jessica Knappett, and I did see the video go up. It's a famous, hilarious bit from the show.
I just thought that.
What? What? Why are you embarrassed?
Because
you recognize
that's what it was called.
Oh.
I just thought that's what the thing. I thought it was just.
Well, I mean, they might have mentioned it. I didn't watch the whole.
She's not on that show. She's not on that often, and I haven't seen enough seasons.
What happens is it's a final task. It's the live in studio task at the end, and the idea is, if memory serves, they have to. There's the time starts, and then they have to, in exactly 9.2 seconds, hit a drum. Mm-hmm. But A, they start out, they're blindfolded, and B, you get extra points for having the most elaborate way that you get to and play the drum, right?
Oh, they are not blindfolded. The rest of the
I'm sorry. The people who aren't doing it. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh no, because that's actually a joke with Carrie. Earlier. Yeah. But then Jessica Knappett comes out and does this fake ballet move, but the funny part, this is not funny to explain. But earlier in the bit, they were like, "Oh no." I think Greg, didn't he say something like, "No, you don't have to wear a blindfold when you do it. We don't want you to fall off the stage."
Yeah, she says, what if we fall? He's like, "Well, you don't need to wear a blindfold, so that won't happen."
Right.
And it was just a
She's
lovely
so funny. She's so adorable.
moment of humility
She
where
does
I'm
this
like,
ballet move and totally falls off the stage. And then Greg rushes over to make sure she's okay. She's like, "I'm fine." But it does hurt her time.
it does. It was just a
They'll
beautiful.
stop for injuries. It's like soccer. Or I should say football.
The football, it really just makes so much more
She's
sense.
delightful.
Yeah, but I only knew her as Jessica, and I never thought to question why it was called the Nappet, and thought that the name sounded similar. And you don't know what you don't know. So I
wish people would remember that. I mean, we should all remember that. You don't know what you don't know.
remember the Nappet.
The problem is that there are people who I feel seem very confident that they know what they don't know. You don't see that?
I I saw it, heard it in myself this morning when I was
the certainty is tough on all of those.
I was
from an empirical standpoint.
I was positive that Claude was made by Google
Google is
2
Claude.
years ago. Google is Claude. I said it for like a solid 2 minutes with increasing amounts of confidence.
Bard. He said Google is Claude.
Google is Claude.
He only said it once, though.
Not according to the transcript.
Why do you
times.
do this?
Why do I do what?
Why do you look at transcripts? What do you hope to find? How will you know when you've found why you do this with transcripts? Will you know?
I do it to we should
have
get
a
to
record.
the challenge then.
Should we?
Well, this relates to my challenge because
You're my
this week's-
challenge.
I know I'm a lot of everyone I know. Like it is a privilege to be. It's an honor
Jimmy
to be
Rogers had a
anybody's
whole
anything.
yodeling song about you. My problem number 8.
Oh, that's down on the. That's pretty far down.
I don't even see bitches.
We call that. No, we
Call them fallen angels. Or honky tonk angels, as you say.
thank you.
I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes. You know this song.
I'm sure I would if I.
Oh, you know the
heard
melody. The
it.
melody's very, very familiar.
The
Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Challenge.
challenge. This week's challenge was to make a book. And did I do it? Did I do it? Did I do it in one?
Yeah, it's good enough.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
internet friend Kieran was making. We mentioned on the after show last week. Kieran, who I'm pretty sure is not allowed to go back to Ireland. He was saying he was making a funny joke because he's a an educator and a writer and hell of a guy, and he's making a joke about how I'm beginning to write a book. Start by designing the cover and then the table of contents and maybe pick out some fonts and then eventually I'll fill it in with the content. And I thought it was funny because I've done the same thing. Oh boy, have I done the same thing. I've done the same things for books that were never meant to be published, let alone ones that were. So it's difficult for me. Made a cover and they didn't like it. Pussy Willows.
Such a good cover. Oh.
And it's a little chaotic. And I did boulderize my cursing on that one. But, it would have been for HarperCollins. So you got to make sacrifices.
Yeah.
Like a sacrificial anode.
Harper. Yeah.
I love Collins, but I've never liked Harper.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Scout, or Rumor, or Boo Radley. Boo Radley. Anyways,
Is this a riddle?
what? So
started doing
Blue
it.
Yodel, Carter family, and so. But I thought that was a funny joke, and as much as I'm going to apologize that I didn't properly do this the way I expected to, I still think it's a funny idea for a challenge. Because you could make a book any way you want. You could just make a funny cover. And as it turns out, though, I'm gonna say I peanut buttered this week, even though I do have something book-ish to share.
Ooh, yay.
Yes.
Okay.
Book-ish essent title.
Bookish essent.
Book-ish essent. So it's not a book. It's book-ish, but really it's more like a little perfume atomizer.
I see.
So it's more like
not
book-
even
bookish.
adjacent. It's bookish.
It could be.
essent.
Adjacent.
Adjacent
by Cox. Red flag.
What? That's funny.
Yeah. Would you like to have a scent? You think you'd like to have a scent?
Absolutely. I think about this
Yeah?
a lot.
I bet it would
this has
smell
been
like
in the
nothing. It would
challenge
smell like
seat.
nothing.
No.
It could be whatever you hallucinate. Is that mothballs? Sure.
What's upsetting about the Google
Put a
is
little on
Claude
your wrist.
episode? I never know. Is it the wrist? Is it the neck? I think it
You know where you
changes
put it? You know where
with
you put
gender.
it? You know where you put
Yeah.
it? You know where you put it?
Don't say your balls. Is it the balls?
Why would I say that?
Because I think that's the answer.
I don't want to show myself to be lurid. I like to show myself to be smart.
Okay.
You put it on your
so-
balls. No, pulse points. Pulse points. Because your wrist is a pulse
okay.
point, and
Yeah,
your neck is a
yeah.
pulse point. That's what they would say. But really, the best thing is to spray walk away. So what you do is you spray, you count to 2, and then you walk into the spray is the best thing.
Yes. In middle school, that's what you did with cucumber melon and all of the other
Cucumber melon.
all the
Oh,
great
that sounds. You know those junior high smells. For me, it was girls wearing Jovan Musk. Oh my god.
Jovan Musk.
Oh my god. One time. Oh my god. One time, a Jovan Musk girl left her shirt behind, and I just smelled it for a week. Then I dated a gal in college. I'd never been a fan of Calvin Klein Obsession. But that's what she wore, so I always smell. If I smell Marlboro cigarettes or Calvin Klein Obsession, I always think of her.
Jovan Musk, $13. Jovan Musk.
Jovan Musk, $13. You know, Oscar Wilde says a cynic is somebody who
Musk.
knows the price of everything and the value of nothing.
He was a funny one.
Fucked
And
his
not just
boyfriend
a-
in behind his knee.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how we get the knights who say knee. The challenge this week was no, it's not. No, it's not.
No.
You don't even know the reference. The challenge this week is.
I know Monty Python.
Hey, you got it!
It's
It's only a model.
Oh my goodness. My do not disturb.
Pitchy lavage?
Bunkers.
Pitchy lavage. Remember when he shoots the cow? Pitchy lavage? Pitchy lavage?
I don't remember every frame
Or he'll taunt you a second time. Then there's the girls who want to be spanked. That's a hell of a movie.
Oh, that was a
that's-
surprise to see as a child. Like one
I'd
of those
I'd
movies.
spank Carol Cleveland. I wouldn't even. You wouldn't have to ask me twice. I mean, if it's something that she wanted.
I mean,
A shrubbery. So we continue with the book thing. Hey, so challenge. Tell me about your book.
oh gosh, I initially was like, I'm going to put a lot of effort into the physical making of this dumb little thing I do every year, which is make basically like mini documentation of apps I want my family to use, but they don't necessarily have
that's
good.
neat.
Yeah, and because
But like just little bullet points on here's an app and here's why I think you'd like it.
yes,
That
and
was my whole
varying-
Thanksgiving. Like, well, not my whole Thanksgiving, but a lot of Thanksgiving was like just showing people how to do stuff on their phones. I can't believe how many people don't have message filtering turned on. It's wild.
Oh,
Stuff like that, or like, you know, how to I was showing a family member how to do that. I was like, well, God, you get so much garbage. Do you know about this setting over here and blah, 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 or like, you know, reduce motion, or like, it's all kinds of things that can be really handy to know about.
I've been doing this so long that there's, you know, motion smoothing is off on the TVs, and
People like that, though. They do people love that. I think they like it because they think it's what it should look like. The same guy, the same person, I don't see gender. The same person that I was showing how to do text messaging 15, 20 years ago, that person got a fancy plasma big screen TV and like refused to fix the aspect ratio. So like, but like, so you're getting, let's say like Comcast, regular old, you know, signal. But you know how, at least me, I don't know how most people do this, but I have it sort of like automatically set it's all, my TV takes care of all of that. But if you leave that off, you ever been in a hotel room, for example, or at an old person's house, and you're like, why does everybody look so short? Like, why is it all smashed together? And oh God, I shouldn't say this, but the she, they, or him who said this 20 years ago, I said, do you need to adjust that? Everybody looks kind of short. And he goes, no, this is high definition. That's what people actually look like. Which is such a beautifully dad thing to say, even though I didn't say that it was a man.
Dads don't see gender. You can be a girl
Dads
dad.
see so much gender. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I've thought about this. My dad is basically my mom, and
Does he know?
all of the strong, you know, we do call him gay a lot, but not in like he's just.
Is that a family name?
Yes. Gay
No,
to
you should remind me of
Cox.
Gay Talese.
you just, there. Whereas I think my mom is the one being like, yeah, that. Oh God, the football. Why is it not moving like that? Oh, look at how smooth it is. Oh gosh.
Talking about soap opera effect.
Oh, yes, and once the video game, they got the new TV that's not just motion smoothing, but the special.
Oh my God,
this is so boring. But
no, it's not. It's not boring at all.
rates.
Like
Woof.
because like I get different depending on the input on my TV. I feel like I don't know why this is, and I don't really want to know. But I get options. So I go to the LG menu. I love my TV, and I like the system for it, for what it is. It's fine. It's it's unplugged from the Ethernet and Wi-Fi. It's not attached to anything, but it's a capable smart TV if you don't mind it wheezing your juice. But no, but I'll just go to that thing, and my options include things like Cinema Home User, Vivid, Game, Standard, and sometimes I get that cool filmmakers mode, and I don't know why I only get it sometimes. But where there's been something close to an agreement amongst a bunch of fancy directors about what that setting should be.
Yeah.
But no, I know exactly what you mean. The other night I was switching. I usually have it on for me Cinema User Home, which is basically Cinema Home's paren user. So Cinema Home is a pretty good, like just straight up out of the box LG setting. And then my user version of that is just a little bit, some tweaks, it's a little bit brighter, a little bit more contrast, things like that. But when it pops over even for a second to Vivid or Game, or in this case, Standard, because Standard is what Billy and I mainly use to fuck up the TV for funny reasons. Like when time was when we would watch The Aviator, we would make our own special bespoke black and white setting for watching The Aviator.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know why he does it, but the golf course is a bit much.
It is.
Don't you think?
I mean, it is after you've the first couple of times you're so focused on the outfits,
yes.
But then it's like
forgetting that Adam
right.
Scott's totally in that movie. Every time you watch it, Adam Scott is in that movie.
Yep, and the mustache just.
That's right, boss.
He looks like a butler and a pedophile.
I need to sleep.
Books.
And so you were preparing now to do that in Apple Notes. Were you preparing your little mini book for your family?
Oh, it's just an Apple Note I share, but I have kind of always been into zines because that's what you do when you're queer and in Chicago, queer in every city. And especially right now, the 8-page, when I say 8-page mini zine, do you know what I mean?
No, I imagine
it's
2 sheets of 8.5 by 11 paper folded in half.
It is a single piece of 8.5 by 11.
Oh, they make it little like a Mexican Bible?
Yes, actually, yeah. It's little tiny and cute, and then it's just 8 pages, and you don't even need scissors to make it.
Ooh, are you doing that special method where you cut it?
Do you
know the Boy Scout cutting method? Never mind. Not important. Digging. Go.
Okay.
Mexican Bible.
I didn't know if it was going to be a pedophile joke.
No, I learned about it in the Hipster PDA era. I'll tell you later. But remind me in the after show. I want to tell you about a really cool way you can take a single sheet of paper and turn it into a booklet where it folds anyway.
Ooh.
It's really cool. Just one little
Scout.
cut. It's badass.
Method.
What are we doing? Cutting book thing. Zines, young people queer.
Because that's the cool hot thing to do. And I was just like, hey, I'm going to put this, I'm going to format this and print it out. And then I didn't. But I got really distracted
I can't believe you weren't getting distracted by Pandoc. See, that to me is the greatest of all the attractive nuisances, is Pandoc. It's so powerful and so fun, and like it's just fun to just make your own little books with it.
Pandoc, and in combination with Procreate, and if you really want to get
Procreate
in there,
the iPad app.
Yes, because it'll do the automatic like formatting for you, so you can just copy and paste it in. More is just to easy way to do it rather than what spacing it out in pages or whatever to make it print properly. But you had me try out Gemini last week, or we were both frustrated with
the Gemini thing. I wasn't mentioning Gemini until this week, but yeah, last week we talked about my frustrations, at least my frustrations with what I perceive to be. Sorry, this is probably stuff from the after show. Just to put it in
patreon.com/DoByFriday or giveusyourfuckingmoney.com.
Yep.
Thank you.
Is just that it seems to have gotten forgetful in ways that if there are improvements in 5.1 over 5, I have not benefited from those changes, and whatever has changed has been not a benefit as far as I can tell, and it continues. And I'm not, Alex, you know me, right? Like, I'm not here to like get involved in a thing about things. It's just to say that like a lot of stuff I've been merrily rolling along, having expectations of how this thing works, had changed a lot in the last 2 weeks, and not in a good way.
Mm-hmm. But
then there's all this buzz about the Gemini, and which I have notes for the after show.
Oh, all right. Well,
I don't know what we'll say about it. I mean, talk about computers, but But I'd said though, I don't think this is a spoiler, but just one of the very first things I did was I asked Gemini, I said, hey, look, I've got this history of ChatGPT. It knows me. What's the easiest way to do that? And we'll come to this in my challenge part. But I was suggesting you do that just because we've done stuff like this before. Where like you go into, like, for example, the easiest way to do, just go to ChatGPT and do your own version of tell me everything you know about me. And then you can sort of interrogate further from that, and you can get as specific as you want. Like it's a noodling around thing, not a do it one time fact thing. But it's interesting for it to spit out to you who it thinks you are.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that aspect of it.
I sent you all these messages and they didn't go through. So, did you get Mr. Pickles and Steve though?
No,
you didn't get the poster of them.
The Cappy. Well, I don't want to distinguish which is which.
I don't know which is which.
Cappy and the monkey, or Cappy and the chimp.
All I've heard is that I'll send it again. All I've heard is that someday we might find out which one is Mr. Pickles and which one is Steve. That's all I've heard. But I don't know. Initially, of course, I thought the chimp was Mr. Pickles, because if I had a chimp, I would name him Mr. Pickles. But I don't like
to speculate. I don't see Pickles.
You don't see Pickles?
Oh, these are so cute. Now I see
look at
Pickles
his face.
and Steve.
Look at his little face. Isn't that sweet?
I mean, which one? Both of...
I know. Oh. Well, because that's what Capybara's face is, the ultimate face. No matter what, the capybara goes, Madeline and I watched a Beaver movie the other night. And,
a Beaver movie?
Yeah, I don't see vaginas. We watched a thing about beavers building dams. Beaver dams are not dental dams, calm down. Beaver dams are a much bigger deal than I realized. I thought they just stacked. Like, have you ever seen the beaver in the person's house walking around making dams out of, like, clothes?
Yes.
It's really cute, right?
It's adorable.
So the beavers, they create this, they dam what becomes like a little river. And actually, David Attenborough was actually in this, like rowing around in a boat. This video I watched, it was really good. But like, did you know about like the underwater system for a dam?
A little bit. I just know it's really important to most ecosystems in ways I don't understand but appreciate.
Yeah, that could be. I didn't get that from it, but it was more that I guess it must be true. But it's in areas where like, blah, blah, blah. They know they need to dam this area. Well, and it ends up, I think I know what you mean. Wait, yeah, because they're talking about how like there are certain kinds of, I think, flora in particular that only thrive when beavers are doing their business. But you see the part on top, and the part on top, first of all, is amazing. According to David Attenborough, is Richard Attenborough the one in Jurassic Park?
I call him Richie. Yes.
So it's David Attenborough is the BBC guy, right?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, he's got a little boat, and he's and the beavers don't seem to mind. They're just like, But beavers are great swimmers. Their tails, it never occurred to me, their tail is not just for going slappa on the mud. It's also great for a flipper. So like, okay, first of all, the above area, he says, I don't remember the number, but the top layer of the sticks in a beaver dam are like almost exactly level. across
Oh.
this area. It's not haphazard at all. They can hear, if they hear the sound of like trickling water, they can identify where the dam might have a leak and they instantly run over and fix it. That's all like interesting basic beaver information. Title. But here's what I didn't know. Then underground, first of all, they're putting sticks, not mud, but sticks. They're further buttressing the dam underwater with sticks that they know to put underneath there for structure. Second of all, one way they get around that little lake benefits them is now they can swim outside the view of predators. So they can get really far. So you know what they do? They make little highways underwater that they can swim down really fast. They clear areas underwater where they know they need to get to somewhere really fast. And then finally, this is where Madeline and I both went, whoa. They make like the equivalent, Attenborough calls it a fridge. They grab a bunch of food, like, because they eat fucking wood. They actually eat the wood. They don't just chew on it. I didn't know that. But, they're vegetarians, I think. But anyway, they grab a bunch of branches for shit, stick it underwater in this area they know will be a good area. And that becomes an area where they'll have food stored once the water starts freezing. And they have access. They can go back and pull that stuff back out later on. Like, Wish Shark has a meat locker. Did you know that?
Yes.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
I'm actually realizing that I know way too much about beavers.
Oh, tell me more. I want to know everything about beavers.
Well,
it's like I'm 13 again.
Everything.
You used to try and draw
You don't
them.
see vagina.
You can't draw something from memory if you've never seen it. Write that down. I mean, I saw it once coming out. That was mostly from the interior. But, as we learned from Zillow. Anyways, it's a big world, girl, and I don't understand it. That's what the Hold Steady say. Beaver facts.
Beaver facts. I'm going to... This is going...
Sorry,
Well,
back to your so
Hey,
my wife and I watched... Hey, everybody. My wife and I watched a
Beaver and
Beaver
I.
movie. But you're writing a book for your family. I'm sorry, Alex. Why does anybody talk to me?
No, it's an honor to be your eighth problem. And it's...
God created you on Monday. Well, yesterday I rested, and today I need to make Merlin a problem. Do you want a rib? No.
It was
Just some white bread and butter would be fine. Thank you, Lord.
Oh man, don't get me started on crusts. Oh boy.
What would happen, just out of curiosity, just so I know, what would happen if I got you started on crusts?
I would go down the crust conspiracy and the turns out, and it's become my lead and naked swimming. I'm like, oh, just eat your
just
crust.
quick
that's where
question
the
in
vitamins
context.
are.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, you went down a
covered
rabbit
a lot
hole.
of confusing ground. So what's wrong with crusts? You don't like the crust of bread, is that correct?
No, I love the crust of bread, but
So
I'm
where
not
does the
sure.
problem come in?
I don't know if you ever heard. Hey, everybody. I was told growing up that you need to eat your crust because that's where the vitamins are.
Yeah. Which
And
is probably bullshit, but
it's yeah.
no, it's just all part of that larger omnibus effort of you always I have to take everything you do and add one unpleasant thing to it. It's like reading logs.
Yes.
Your kid loves to read? Awesome. Let's add a thing that makes that a drag.
Let's add a thing that makes it a bit of a chore and makes the other children feel bad.
If your kids read more books than their teacher, probably, well, have them do a diary about it.
Oh, the kid!
Thank you, teacher. Now this sucks.
Oh, there's already only the kids with money, but then
Kids
you just,
with money only. Backpacks outside.
Backpacks outside.
Backpacks outside.
Backpacks
Kids with money only.
It takes a minute to get into character. Hans Gruber. Our source was the New York Times. Now, that I'm kind of quoting Hans Gruber there, but I think I'm actually quoting the premiere from Dr. Strangelove, which is a movie that I think about too much. Our source was the New York Times.
Still don't think it's possible.
It's a good movie. You ever seen it?
Citizens are, yes.
Did you know there's
I think
only
it is.
one line in that entire movie that's 80 yard?
Wow.
I'll tell you something fucking crazy. This made me so happy. Like, this is the 1 out of 1,000 actuallys that somebody hit me with that fucking made me so happy. There's a scene where Slim Pickens tells everybody to open, like everybody on the plane, James Earl Jones and everybody on the bomber opens up their little like survival pack, and he's like reading them through the wing plan R plan, like blah blah blah. And in here you'll have one Russian phrase book and Bible, 3 condoms, sleeping pills, $100, da da da. And then he says, "Fella could have a pretty good weekend in Vegas with this." And even though I've watched this movie numerous times, the last time I watched it, I was like, "Oh man, that's weird." It's a good ADR, it's a good dub, but it's totally, you can tell his lips are saying something else.
But wow.
Okay, now here's the thing. I'm going to give you a hint. The hint is originally, instead of Vegas, he said the name of a different American city. Based on what you know about this movie, and importantly, when it came out, can you guess what one city in America he didn't want to be naming in 1963?
New York?
Dallas.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, could have a pretty good weekend in Dallas. And somebody was like, yeah, you're right. That was the only movie, it's the only line, supposedly, I don't care. But it was dubbed because they chose to change it from Dallas to Vegas.
That's awesome. It's like when they took out the Twin Towers from sitcoms. That's phenomenal.
What? When did they do that?
Oh, with Friends, I mean, a whole bunch of that I can't remember. The Sopranos too.
Wait, so things shot before September 11th that aired after September 11th?
Yes, and in some cases, though, it was retroactively removed for various, like the networks didn't want to make people sad.
Whereas today now, it's like you've got to have it in your shot if you're doing if you're showing New York, especially in the 70s and 80s, but anytime up till September 2001, you've got it. I mean, like it's almost a cliche, right? Mm-hmm. To like place this as New York in the 80s or whatever.
The hey everybody.
What? Why are you addressing our listeners?
Because I was going back from I was going from 9/11.
See, don't you think we should try and keep our safe phrase special a little bit? If we say it too much, then doesn't it become less special?
That's true.
It's like when Homer.
It's like the Wrens.
It's like when Lisa gives Marge that giant jug of perfume, and she says, Bart, I think maybe Bart gives her the perfume, and she says that she only wants to, she wants to keep it special, so she's not going to use it.
Do you think she?
That's also the one with Albert Brooks as Jacques.
Do you think, oh, Jacques! I wonder what this.
I want to see you, Marge, away from here, away from Barney's Bolorama and the clatter of pins. Laugh deeply. You're losing me. He's so
really
fucking
hated
funny.
him.
And then remember, he's also the guy. He's also the guy where Homer, he tells Homer to hang up the coat, but there's no walls. Remember that? He's played like 4 different characters on The Simpsons. Albert Brooks. Do you like Albert Brooks?
I think so. Should I? Is this?
He's the brother of. See, but you got to keep the line special, Alex. He's the brother of Super Dave Osborne, and the uncle of Sean Nelson from Harvey Danger.
This is another situation where I'm just seeing the synapses go in your brain.
Not everything's connected, but a lot of it is related.
A lot of it is, like how crust does indeed have far more antioxidants.
Yes.
And
or Crust E the clown.
Because
he has bread on his Krusty Burger in 1984. Ugh, I almost swallowed some of the juice.
That was good.
Boo-hoo, you're breaking my heart. Should point out that some of these swimmers come from countries that don't have swimming pools. I like those odds. At some point, we're also going to, I won't talk about it now. At some point, we really need to get people to stop saying the quiet part out loud.
It doesn't make...
I know, but it's at this point, it's crossed over. It's crossed over to where people think that's the line now. And it ruins the bit from a very, very funny joke.
That's like the very first time I heard it, I thought...
Like on cable news, they
joke.
always say, like, especially like, the Caitlin Polances of the world will say, like, oh, they're saying the quiet part. They're saying the quiet part. See, now I'm doing it. They got me doing it, Jerry. Saying the quiet part out loud. I don't. What was the exact joke? It was like because Homer was scheming something, right? He was scheming something, and then he screamed out something, and he said, "I said the loud part quiet, the quiet part loud."
I do not remember.
I'll look it up. Over break.
I always think it's when he's saying. I
think it's one of his like trying to get away with something. Yeah, he's trying to. Debbie's like, but then when Bart leaves, I'll take all of his money. Simpsons, quiet. Hey everybody. Alex is making a book.
Made a excuse me.
Oh boy.
The whole like GPT is really difficult to use.
I want to just clip out that part and put it up. I don't see Miss speaking. Is there a Mr. speaking?
We could just
Ms.
cut it
speaking.
there.
That's pretty funny. But you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we could do a funny bit here. No, we should talk more about the book. Was that it? Is that the whole
Well,
thing?
we can do it in the after show. Patreon, give us your fucking money.com.
But if the show's over, they won't have heard that.
Well, now it's over. Thanks, everybody. It's better than petering out.
It's the quiet part out loud.